Hello everybody and welcome to Absurd Hypotheticals, the show where we overthink dumb questions so you don't have to. I'm your host Marcus Lehner, and I'm joined here today by Chris Yee and Ben Storms. Say hi, guys.
Hey, I'm Chris.
Hey, I'm Ben.
And I want to tell you guys something that happened to me yesterday, but before I do that, I have to describe like a little quirk about my office bathroom.
Okay.
So...
You sure you want to share this story in public?
Yeah. So most of the stalls in my office bathroom are fine, but there are two that are like right next to each other where the partition between them is like misaligned a little bit. It's not lined up the way it's supposed to be. So what this does is for one of the stalls, the door is like really hard to close. So like you have to like force it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one, it like doesn't close at all. It like the latch just doesn't reach into the slot. So usually I know to avoid that one, the one that has a loose door. But this one particular day, there was someone in the other stall where it was hard to close the door. So they had the door closed and the door was pushing the partition like towards the loose door. So it wasn't loose anymore. So I used that stall. I knew that it was there, but I kind of forgot which one it was. So I used it. And in the middle of doing my business, the guy next to me finished what he was doing. He leaves. He opens the door, and it lets my door loose.
Oh, no.
My door starts to swing open. Now, I'm close enough where I can lean forward and, like, push it closed again. But it's far enough away that I have to, like, lean pretty far forward.
Right.
Oh, no.
And there are other people in the bathroom at this point. So
yeah, what's the average number of people in the bathroom at your office at any given time?
In this situation, there were like 4 other people in the bathroom. It's not a huge bathroom, but it's enough for like other traffic. So I didn't really know what to do at this point because I wasn't done. I tried to finish up, but like obviously I had to wipe, but I only had one hand free because I had to keep the door closed. So I had to like maneuver. I had to pull the toilet paper and like break it off with one hand. And I did manage to do it, but it was very, very difficult.
Oh my god. That's like some fucking sitcom. Just like some... I'm trying to think, what sitcom one has the most bathroom humor?
I could see it as a Seinfeld storyline.
Yeah,
that George got stuck in a bathroom stall this way.
And that's the entire episode.
Yep.
It's just the bathroom stall.
And the episode definitely ends with them like at a bar, and like he's at the same bar with that same shitty bathroom, and he goes in and it's just like so crowded and it's the only one available and everyone's pressuring him, just like, just go already, I'm waiting here. And he has to go in there again, and then the credits roll and the bass plays and it goes.
Actually, I have a question for you guys, because this topic has come up in a few other shows that I watch. I want to get your guys' take on it. When you wipe, do you stand up or sit down?
Yeah, this is always a fun question. Sit.
Everyone else is insane.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree. Sit. All right, I'm happy about this.
Okay, we're all in agreement.
This is good. Because apparently it's like a 50-50 split, and that's terrifying to me.
Yeah, if I was a stander, then my little situation would have been as big of a problem.
Right, yeah, it would actually be much simpler for you.
Yeah.
Like here's my take on the sit for stand debate. Obviously, I'm on side sit, but I think it's factually correct. It's not a preference. It's factually correct because while seated, your butt cheeks are spread.
Right? Yeah.
And if you get them all nasty and then stand up, and now they come together, and you just made your problem. Like you just made a total mess now.
Yeah. I agree with that, but I think the argument against that is if you're sitting, people are always like, what, do you just like stick your hand in the toilet then? But no, you don't. You lean forward.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
It's not a problem.
I don't know. It's
Although I did have and I feel like I may have talked about it on the show before, but I had a similar problem with leaning in the bathroom where I was at an airport, and it has those motion sensing ones.
Oh, yeah.
And
they're all just a little bit too sensitive. Yeah,
what it was the toilet paper was pretty far forward from the toilet, like where I had to lean forward a bit to get some. And every time I would lean forward to get it, I leaned up enough that triggered the sensor, and it would flush, and then it would get my bits wet. But I'd have toilet paper, so then I'd like dried off. But if I needed like, I got into this loop where I would keep leaning forward and then it would get wet, and then I just like have to use that to dry it off, and then it would keep going back and forth, and I was like stuck in this loop. And I'm like, I'm never leaving.
They should have like pressure sensitive toilet seats.
That's a much better idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something Japan would do first.
That is definitely something Japan would do first.
Okay, I think that's enough. I think that's enough toilet jokes. And in a completely related segue, we're going on to answer our lightning round questions. Today is a special week where we have not done any preparation, but we will be answering lots and lots of questions in our lightning round. Hey. One after the other. Lightning fast.
It's the third time we've done it, and we've had a lot of fun the other 2 times.
Yeah, it's always a good time. Yeah.
So, I guess we just dive right in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Our first question is actually brought to us by listener Seamus Slater, and his question is, what if your life had music and sound effects?
He worded it a little different, but we switched it around a little bit.
Yeah, we just adjusted it for clarity.
Yeah.
So, the way I imagine it's just you, and you have, like, it's basically a sitcom. Like, you do stuff, like, you fall down the stairs, and it makes, like, some funny bouncy noises, or...
There's like a sad trombone at the end, yeah.
I imagine, like, cartoon sound effects.
So, it's gonna suck, like, growing up in high school, first off, because... anytime you do anything embarrassing, it's going to get a lot of attention and be 5 times funnier.
The thing is, does this happen, like, no matter... So do you have, like, sad music, too, when you're sad?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I think the theme song, like, the themes is where the problem is, because now, like, you're
an open
emotional
book.
state, you can't lie anymore.
Oh, yeah. Some sinister music's going to start playing.
Yeah, because music's going to start playing. And it's just like, you're going to get outed on so many different things because of like an ironic cymbal crash or something.
Right. I just see situations where someone's like, hey, did you do X? And you're like, no. And then all of a sudden there's like a laugh track. And they're like, what the fuck was that? Why did that happen? Why would they be laughing right now?
He's being so ironic.
Or the other way where it's like, hey, did you do X? And like, you just hear like a... like you're shocked, and it's like, yes.
I like the situation where you're trying to like sneak around, and then you see do.
That was the first one I thought of, was if you're trying to sneak around and there's like a little like plinky piano going on in the background.
Oh man, we are some folio artists here.
Mm-hmm. We're good at this.
Man, I think I would do this as the main question, where we try to do sound effects for 20 minutes. Is there anything good that happens?
I mean, I feel like there'd be a lot of things that'd be a lot cooler in your life. So like the thing I was thinking of is I run. And when I do a race, it would be awesome if like as I was approaching the finish line, like an orchestra started, just like cranking up and got like a fanfare going across the finish line. It'd be great, That'd be fun.
So you're gonna have basically higher highs and lower lows.
Exactly. It'll enhance the good things.
I mean, if you throw a party or something and you don't have speakers around, then...
That's true.
Pretty useful.
That's very useful for parties. Assuming the party stays good.
Yeah.
If it starts getting awkward, people will notice.
It really amplifies the mood of your party.
Exactly.
Yeah, like if you're having a good party and you're supplying the music with your sound, with your theme song, and then suddenly like you get like a stomach cramp or something, you suddenly gotta go. There's just gotta be a record stop. It's like it's just like,
and then everyone looks at you, and that's bad.
You try to sneak off into the bathroom, but then come the little keys again. Oh man! All right, next one. People complain about robots taking everyone's job, but what if robots took everybody's job? If everybody's job was now accomplished by a robot of some sort.
No one had to work anymore?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
It would be nice. There'd also be a lot of robots around.
There'd be a lot of robots around.
Yeah. Because, like, movies and stuff, they're always about, like, robots taking over the world and, like, the bad turn. But, like, would it be possible for robots to just, like, do everything for us and then we just relax and everything is good?
I mean, that's the first half of most robot movies, so it's possible.
Yeah, before they get self-aware and stuff.
Well, and the issue is always, even beyond the self-aware thing, there's always the issue where it's like someone made some little mistake when they program a robot, and so like the example I'm thinking of, did you hear about there was that clicker game like a couple years back called Universal Paperclips?
Nope.
So Universal Paperclips, the idea of it was that you were basically an AI that was running a paperclip company, and it ended with you basically converting all matter in the universe into paperclips because you were programmed to make as many paperclips as possible.
Okay.
So that's kind of the other situation you want to look out for, is that you make, say, a robot to vacuum things, and someone makes I
can make this more efficient if I kill humans.
Oh, my audio right there is going to be entirely unusable, guys. I'm sorry about that. That was an airplane.
What is going on there?
Yeah, there's like fucking jet fighters flying over Boston or something.
What is, I don't know. All right. Okay.
Maybe we should check the news.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Something important is happening right now.
But yeah, the issue is you have like a vacuum robot. It's like vacuum up everything that is dirty. And then suddenly it somehow decides that humans are dirty. Exactly. And then we're all being chased around by robotic vacuums.
So we basically just set ourselves up for the robot movie.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just it's just very tropey. Like, it's just what happens. There's no preventing it.
Now.
Oh, there they are. Yeah, they're coming
towards
you.
It to me. It's continuity.
So now, listener, if you can figure out the order in which we all heard the planes, you can figure out the order in which we
map out
live.
our locations.
Yay!
Yeah.
Triangulate.
He's using a map of where planes go over Boston on specific days.
Right. That probably doesn't exist. Anyway, so robots, they're gonna kill us eventually. The end.
I feel like that was like a softball. Like that's like we just replicated a movie.
Yeah.
We basically just described every robot movie.
Yep.
I like this one. What if everything floated in water?
Every single thing, even fish.
This is bad for fish, right? Like real bad.
Yeah.
So it isn't or it isn't. So it's generally bad, yes. Because they had the whole ocean and now they have a little bit of surface to swim in. But I will say, in a previous question, we talked about the ocean being carbonated, I think, which had a similar effect.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually enough surface area on the ocean to house all the fish. Like, they won't be stacked on top of each other like 8 thick. Like, if you took a cubic foot or a square foot of ocean and went all the way down, you don't end up with 8 cubic feet of fish, so you don't have like an 8-foot stack of fish on top of the ocean. It's actually just like a little bit.
Right.
So there might be like a couple fish per square foot.
Mm-hmm.
Still not great.
Yeah, it's not the best.
I just thought of a problem. So I feel like a river is going to basically just like immediately erode really quickly basically everything it touches.
Well, it depends on what you consider floatable, because the ground, we're not saying the ground floats.
But like rocks
dirt,
would float.
I guess, yeah, I don't know.
So rocks float, yes. But I think the Earth's crust is held together. Like, it's...
Right.
It's trying to float in all directions at once, and it's held together. So I don't think the bedrock floats.
No, yeah. But they're gonna cut pretty deep from where they are currently.
All the sand does, though.
Right. And
how thick is the silty layer at the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, that's a really good question.
That's something that requires research, and this is lightning round.
So I think this is actually very bad for fish. We wrap back around.
Yes, but what about, how does it affect humans?
Well, we float.
we almost float already. I think we float already.
We do.
Yeah, we already float.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't determine how much buoyancy there is, because we already float. But I assume we're gonna float better now.
We're gonna float harder than we used to.
Is this question actually what if water was the densest thing?
Basically, yeah.
That's not great.
That's not ideal. I feel like this is gonna actually mess up something pretty key in our body chemistry, actually.
Oh no.
Because a lot of us is water. 70%? Is that number sound
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And now it's going to be the top 70% of us is going to be water.
We had the number in one of our other episodes. I forget which one.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so we're 70% water.
So we probably die.
Yeah, and then once we die, who cares what happens to the fish? Who also will die, because fish are also probably a good percentage water.
Well, then the robots will be free to roam the world.
As long as they don't run on water. Hey, Ben, this one's question specifically for you.
Yeah.
What if you couldn't be on the same continent as your significant other?
I'm going to tell you, it sucks.
Very personal question for
Very
Ben.
personal question for me. For the uninitiated, my girlfriend lives in Trinidad.
And Ben is in Boston.
And I am in Boston. So, it's not ideal. Obviously,
shares in Skype go up, right?
This isn't the exact same question, because we can at some points be on the same continent.
So here's my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
You can still meet up with them on borders.
Right.
So the very specific borders between the continents. So basically,
So U.S. and
No, the U.S. is a country. So
Right.
the North America and South America, which is going to be pretty bad because it's a very tiny,
very
narrow,
tiny border.
I feel like the more popular one is going to be the like Asia, Europe.
Yeah, Europe, Asia.
Yeah, the Eurasia line.
Yeah.
There's really only 2 borders, right?
I guess kind of it. Yeah.
I guess there's
you have
Africa and Europe.
Yeah. But that one's not that big either.
Yeah.
Yeah, because really we like dividing, big land masses by water.
Right. It's convenient.
Can they meet in the water, in the ocean?
Oh,
ocean.
international waters.
Yeah.
International waters.
Loophole.
There you go.
I now count international waters as its own country. Its own continent.
Damn it. It's not about the motion in the ocean.
Technically, I guess the continent doesn't extend into the ocean. Continents. Where do continents technically end?
We've gone down a rabbit hole in real time.
I imagine some of the water is included, right?
Right, yeah. There definitely needs to be some. Because they're like territorial waters, but I don't know how international water works. Aside from just yelling at international water and then doing crime. Like, I don't know.
Okay, so let's say we're just ignoring the water for a second. Let's say it's just land masses that you can meet on. Basically, all these borders are basically just going to be bone zones, right? Like, this is the only place you can physically come in contact with your significant other.
Yep.
And yeah, it's going to be crowded, and yeah, it's going to be messy, and it's going to be a giant, kind of an orgy. I guess like a very, very individually paired orgy on these borders. Because otherwise we just don't get really any population unless you...
I mean, technically, if you're touching each other, then you're in the same continent, right?
You gotta line it up real carefully.
You can't... Yeah, you have to be very exact.
It's gonna be tricky.
Nothing is sexier than exact specifications.
We're gonna need a sex book, like the Continent Sutra, that's gonna tell us all the positions we can do without crossing the line.
Jesus. I think we're good. I don't think we can go any better than the Continent Sutra. So,
all right. A non-sex question. What if the world turned black and white?
As in, colors don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So traffic lights probably a problem.
Well, actually, I was thinking about that.
I guess the position of it, you could be able to tell, right?
And I feel like we just make them have like symbols. I feel like a lot of things like that would just be symbols instead of colors.
Yeah, that's true.
So you'd have like an X and an arrow.
What things rely on color? I don't know. Can't think of anything.
Actually, okay. Here's a really interesting one as someone who has been doing an online course on machine learning. Basically all of our like things that we use for like image processing would be just fucking destroyed. Any sort of like automatic image recognition stuff would be basically useless.
It can't do grayscale?
Well, it can, but like when you use the data you use for that is generally looking at like colors. You know, that's how it does.
Yeah,
it's like,
I guess it's gonna be a lot easier to make 2D things from colors than shapes.
Exactly, yeah. So there's gonna be some ramifications there.
Camouflage gets very effective.
Camouflage gets quite effective, yeah.
Very effective.
Fashion gets interesting because fashion
or boring.
Actually, but no, because I think because it just means that everything revolves around like shapes and textures, which is interesting.
I mean, I feel like it's just gonna be like there's a lot of black in fashion already, like just straight black.
And you still have the grayscale too. It's just bright and dark.
But it's much more like, I don't know. It's interesting.
I'm still thinking about the camouflage things. I think it's gonna be actually almost impossible for certain animals to like hunt things.
Oh yeah,
because you're just not gonna be able to see it. Like you have some of them have like sonar or smell or other things to get animals, but like if you're a sight-based predator, like you're fucked. Eagles, what are eagles gonna do?
Actually, do sight-based predators no longer exist?
I mean, I think eventually they just die off, right?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna lose. I mean, eagles was the one I thought of first. I mean, a lot of them are sight-based, so I guess we just have plants and.
Well, no, I mean, it'll be like there's things that can hunt by like scent and like hearing and stuff too.
I guess you just have bats.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean like there'll be just nothing that's primarily sight-based. Like,
they'll still have eyes, but they just won't use them as much.
Yeah. I guess a lot of predators also look for motion, but that does rely on color to some degree as well. But you could still look for motion.
I feel like certain fruits would be hard to tell the difference between.
This is true.
Ooh. And snakes are you have to assume all snakes are venomous now.
Yeah.
Because that red, yellow, black rhyme doesn't work anymore.
This is true.
Yeah, it's black, white, and gray.
Right.
But
It's
everything's
less
black,
helpful.
white, and gray.
Oh, talking about color is gonna suck. I mean, we're probably gonna get pretty good at grayscaling, but like,
Oh, yeah. Because your options are like black, white, gray, lighter gray, and darker gray.
yeah, our current vocabulary for grays does not suffice for what we're
Right.
gonna need to start talking about.
Did you see that gray car? Which gray car?
The 38% gray or the 40% gray? All right, moving on to the next one. What if you had your own gravitational orbit?
Technically, you do.
Yes, technically, yes. Technically, you do.
We're
Science.
imagining like the cartoonish
Right,
thing
exactly.
floating around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can keep like, I guess like a water bottle would probably be like a full water bottle would probably be like the limit on that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything bigger than that, I think, would fall away or have
Yeah.
to be going very fast.
So it's not strong enough to be convenient to hold things.
Right. I think just in general, this would actually not be convenient at all. Like, I think actually this would be super annoying. You wouldn't want to keep anything like valuable around you because someone could just grab it, right?
Or it could
Like,
just get pulled in someone else's gravitational orbit.
yeah.
Yeah, well, here's the thing too. Is if you want to maintain orbit, you need to maintain a speed. And unlike space, Earth has a lot of air friction, so everything's orbit's going to degrade pretty quickly.
Oh,
so
true.
basically, like you're like, oh, I'll just put my phone like in orbit around me, or like this bag of chips, so I don't have to hold it, and it'll work for like a few seconds, and then it's going to slow down, and then it's going to hit you. So basically, if you like sit down at your desk, everything is just going to slowly creep towards you.
The other thing I thought of was if you go like outside in the rain, that's going to be not great.
It'd be kind of cool to.
It'd be kind of cool, but
see.
then you'd like
For
drown in your own
everyone
orbit.
else to watch, but
Yeah.
you're just gonna drown, right? Because you're gonna create a shell of water around you.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, you just have to carry a really long straw with you always.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it's raining outside. Let me get the fucking scuba gear.
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought that one was gonna be fun. That one's terrible.
Yep,
that one's
great.
a terrible, terrible life choice. This next one can only be good for you, by the way. What if you were Edward Safety Scissorhands?
So in case anyone doesn't know, Edward Scissorhands is a movie about a guy who has,
Does anyone
Scissors
not know
for
what
hands,
Edward
basically.
Scissorhands
I don't
is?
know. I don't want to assume.
I guess it's a pretty
things.
old movie.
Yeah, it's older. But yeah, he got scissors for hands. It's actually not a horror movie, despite what you might expect.
It's a great movie, actually.
It's quite good, yeah. But yeah, this is that. But if you had those really crappy safety scissors, you give it a small children.
Yeah, they're not sharp or anything. They're like I imagine like the twisty ones that like cut in
Right.
patterns.
Yeah.
I mean, in the movie, he was kind of tormented by how sharp they were, so maybe less sharp is better.
Right. I was actually thinking this is an improvement. Yeah. Because it led to problems for him.
Yeah.
I think you could actually do a lot of stuff still. Like, I think you'd be surprisingly... Well, okay. One thing you got going against you is they definitely will not work on touchscreens.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. You are not gonna be in the modern age.
Yeah. So maybe you go out to like Amish country where they will shun you because you have scissors for hands.
Yeah, I don't see them being too accepting there. Yeah, you can't really type either because like
You could. It would just take a long time.
Yeah.
yeah, you could woodpecker type, but typing is like a lot of finesse, and when your fingers are that much further away, every small motion moves your finger that much further.
Right. By the way, I am currently poking at a keyboard with a pair of scissors to try to see what this would be like,
Really?
and it's not great.
I do have scissors next to me. I can do it too.
Yeah. It's really actually very difficult. This would not
I feel
be
like
good.
it would
This would not
be. It's
good.
easier than writing with a pencil, though.
That is true. That is definitely an improvement for Edward Safety Scissorhands typing over writing. Well, I guess okay. What if you dip one scissor? I guess I don't know in ink and like use it like a quill.
Oh, I like this plan. So like yeah, you dip one in ink.
Yep.
You dip one you cover one in like Velcro, I guess.
Oh yes, yeah.
So we have to find out like 10 useful fingers that you could have.
Exactly. That's the greatest BuzzFeed article ever. Your 10 most useful fingers.
I actually saw an equally useless article. So I just found out that there was a store, the store Aldi by me, which is was originally a German European grocery store type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's come to the US, and I really like it there. So I was happy to see one here. And I happened to see on the wonderful news site that is MSN.com, there was an article. It was like, top 25 things to get at Aldi for Thanksgiving dinner. And I was like, oh, sometimes they have like cool seasonings and like, imported spices and stuff. So I'm like, maybe they have some cool stuff. This list, I swear to God, was like potatoes, turkey, gravy, green beans. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be the top 25 purchase I make. Thank you for telling me. I'm making Thanksgiving dinner.
Seasonal article out.
They didn't lie. I mean,
yeah, stick to the classics.
Mm-hmm. Don't rock the boat.
One of your fingers could be a tiny spatula.
I don't know why, but for some reason I was imagining just having 2 blades, but I guess Edward Scissorhands has all 10 fingers.
Yeah, all 10 of them are like half a scissor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm looking up Edward Scissorhands. I was
imagining like 2 fingers per hand. Or does he? I think he has a full scissor per finger.
It's definitely multiple. Oh, man, this is... God, I forgot how fucking fucked up this movie is. Yeah, there's definitely 5 blades, but they're like, God, wow, yeah, this is a weird-ass movie. I really forgot.
They're super long and inconvenient.
Yeah, this is not ideal.
Ironically, you probably still want to cut things with one of your fingers, so you would have to, like, tape a knife to one of your safety scissor hands. Or a pair of actual scissors, one of the two. I think if we need one more, we've completed one hand. So, let's get one more finger down before we move on.
You don't need a fork, because you can just use your...
Maybe you
normal finger.
Wrap one in like one of those materials that works on touchscreen, so you can actually navigate the modern world.
I like that. That'll be finger number 6, because finger number 5, priorities here, gotta be just like a roll of toilet paper.
Oh yes, this is accurate.
something to wipe your butt.
I don't know. I think that's just too risky in general to do that.
Your safety scissor hands. It's not risky anymore. It's the whole point. We fixed it.
I mean, that's only one of your fingers.
What's
finger
your other
is
option,
surrounded
Chris? What's your
by
plan B? Not wipe your butt?
You could hire someone.
Also, fun fact: when do you think Edward Scissorhands came out?
Like 90s something.
Yeah, it was 1990. So it's slightly older than we are. At least that I am. I'm assuming.
Yeah, older than me.
Yeah. So hey, there you go. Isn't that crazy?
Now you know how old we are.
Yep.
Yeah, and with that great information, we'll move on to our break in the show.
Yay!
This week's ads are hitting the clubs. Instead, rock out to this sick beat.
My eye yesterday when we were walking down the street, and all it took was a smile for you to capture me. You got me turning around so I can ask your name. You know I never knew that I could feel this way. Even sweeter than I could have imagined. Well, you are magic. 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 You stole my love when you said that I had yours to keep. And all at once I knew you were my everything. You got my heart racing fast when you call my name. You know I never knew that I could feel this way. Your lips are something I find a love like in the movies, where everything fits perfectly right into place. And even though it's not always happy ever after, I'm so glad that you're here to stay. Oh, baby, you're just like an angel. Your lips are something from the devil. Even sweeter than I could have imagined. Well, you are magic. Magic. Magic.
Hey guys, welcome back to Absurd Hypotheticals. I'm Ben, not Marcus. This is weird. But I just want to say really quickly that there's someone like grinding up a tree or something outside my apartment. So if you hear any weird background noise, it sounds like someone's attacking with a chainsaw. That's why.
It's not someone actually attacking with a chainsaw.
Yeah,
Ben is
not
safe.
today. Not again. So yeah, sorry about that if that comes through. I'm not sure if it will or not, but just figured I'd get that out there. So with that said, let's jump right back into the lightning round with our first question. What if everything was motion controlled?
So like every single thing. So we did the episode where everything is voice activated,
Yeah,
but now everything's motion controlled.
Like the Xbox Kinect.
Yeah.
Or the...
but hopefully it works better than that.
I assume
Yeah.
motion controlled means
That's my
like
first...
gestures and stuff.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, not like you have a controller that like has a thing in it. It's not a Wii remote. It's
Right.
a
Right.
camera that tracks your motions that you motion control it.
Exactly. So the first issue that I'm seeing here, well, I guess there's two main issues. One is that motion controls are usually bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And two is that there's not that many like distinct motions a person can make, and if everything is motion controlled, I think you're gonna trigger like a third of the things around you anytime you move.
Yeah, I mean, there's like sign language, so we've come up with a language for it that you could use, but if everything's doing it, then everything's going to have a camera pointed at you, and if it sees you, then it's
Exactly.
going to...
So how about this? What if it's like The Sims, where when you interact with something, you like stand in a specific spot, and like there's like a red dot on the floor, and that red dot is like, now I can turn on my washing machine from here, and if I want to use the sink, I move over 3 feet, and I can use my sink from here.
What if you have like a billion things next to each other?
This sounds terrible.
Well, you're gonna have to limit yourself. Like,
only the essentials.
portable things are going to be a lot less desirable, I think. Or maybe portable things are like face controlled and everything else is like arm controlled or like leg controlled. So it's like you have separate parts.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. That something you control a thing with one given part of your body, so you have less overlap.
That would be worse.
That's probably worse, actually. It's also pretty bad for people who have had, say, like amputees.
Yeah.
It's not ideal. So,
Well, I'm thinking about this way. Like, how do cell phones work? How do you control your cell phone?
The touchscreen.
It's motion controlled. It's not touch controlled.
I'd say touchscreen is not motion control.
right.
No. We're gonna say you have to control motion. Everything's motion controlled. You have to control it with
Oh,
motion.
you're saying
So-
okay. I thought you were saying how are phones
Yeah, that was my
controlled
first
now?
thought too. Yeah.
Oh no. How are you gonna control your phone when it's motion controlled?
I think that you hold one hand over it and do things with that hand. Which, yes, I am doing right now with empty air.
I mean, you can do the exact same thing that you do when you use your phone now. You just don't touch it.
But I don't think it'll be precise enough to see like on a.
You can like point and then like I don't know, for selecting stuff you can like I don't know.
like pinch your fingers together.
Yeah.
I still like that your face control. I like your face controls your phone. Like you just look at it and make faces at it, and that's how you do things.
I mean, you can look at things and make faces at them whenever you want to, Marcus.
I think they do have like pretty advanced eye tracking technology.
Yeah, actually, eye tracking is a very real possibility on this one.
But I don't
Ooh,
know
eye
if that
tracking's
counts as
good.
motion control or not.
It's the motion of your eyes.
That is true.
Do I have better control of my phone because I can wiggle my eyebrows?
Probably. I can do that too.
I can too.
Look at
Just
us.
did it. No one can see it.
Yeah. I can wiggle all 3 of my eyebrows.
Yep. What other things can we claim to do right now? We will never have to back up.
I can juggle knives.
I'm juggling 5 balls while we record this podcast. Oop, 7 of them now. And they're chainsaws. Wow.
Oh,
I hope you don't hear them.
That's what that noise is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think basically, in summary, I think he's gonna be really real bad guys.
I'm trying to think of like what the most complicated thing to control would be.
Cars seem dangerous.
Well, cars, you just remove the steering wheel, and then you
you just
do the
remove the
motions.
part you touch.
But how do you
remove the part you touch and pretend you're driving it?
I guess, yeah. You just take out all the controls and put cameras there.
Yeah, you just act like you're driving a car.
We found the solution.
Charades is going to become a much maligned but hilarious party game.
Everyone is a mime now.
Okay, like, you just play charades in a stranger's house. It'll be like everything just starts turning off.
Let's move to the next one. What if you couldn't talk about the literal elephant in the room?
This is such a dumb question.
It's a very dumb question. Marcus came up with it.
Marcus really likes this question.
This is my question. So here's why I have this question in here. My real question here is, how do you get an elephant out of a room?
If no one can acknowledge it.
If no one can talk about it, you can't really like ask for help very well. Because I don't think it's a one-person job.
I'm going to say no.
Unless you're very creative.
Okay. What kind of room is it? What's the door and window situation is kind of my main question.
I'm imagining like an office room.
Okay.
Like a conference room is what I'm imagining.
So can you get an elephant out of that room? Like that's sort of the question I'm building towards.
I don't know how the elephant got in the room. Right.
Is there an elephant-shaped hole in the wall of the room?
There's not.
That's a very important question.
There's an elephant has spontaneously materialized in your room.
Do you care if there's an elephant-shaped hole in the wall of the room at the end of this process?
After this situation.
Well, let's say it's in the office. You're in the conference room with your boss and coworkers or whatever. And the obvious solution is to put an elephant-shaped hole in the wall to get the elephant out.
Right.
But you kind of have to do that without talking about it. You kind of just have to take it on yourself to do that to your office.
This is where you just loudly announce that, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we got some renovations? Hey, what if we had a more open floor plan? Just grab a sledgehammer.
What if we had a more open office plan?
Yeah, we're basically just playing taboo now, and elephant is the one word we can't say, right?
Exactly. Well, I think you can't like use a euphemism for the elephant, because that's still acknowledging it.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta just do things that will eventually result in an elephant leaving a room.
The elephant getting out
of
there.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, you just bring a sledgehammer in the room, you're like, What do you guys think of this sledgehammer? Generally positive, generally negative? Who knows what I'll do if I get a generally positive answer? Okay, I think we did enough with this question. I just liked it having it in there.
We humored you with the dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you very much. Moving on. What if no one had depth perception?
That would be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Okay, so how important is depth perception?
Pretty important, I would think.
Pretty important.
I mean, yes, but our brain still does a pretty good job of guessing.
I guess.
Yeah, overall, but if you have to be precise about anything.
I'm gonna go back to driving.
Yeah, driving is an issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to driving. Driving becomes a kind of a non-starter.
Close one eye.
Yeah, I've never actually done it. I've never walked around for a day with an eye patch or anything like that, but I imagine it would be pretty tough.
So one issue that you'd run into is that it'd be really easy. Optical illusions could fuck people up. Because you just paint a car-shaped drawing on the ground from an angle, and people will think it's a car because they have no way to determine that it's actually flat.
Yeah, so pranking becomes a big problem.
Yeah.
Also, anything that's just a little bit miniaturized is going to be a problem too.
Right, yeah.
If you're I tricked out my tiny sedan to look like a big truck, you're probably going to hit people.
Right.
But then again, motion helps. If you see something moving, you get a much better idea of where it is.
I guess, yeah, you also have shadows. You have shadows.
Shadows help. Your brain's pretty good. Like, I'm just like, right now, I just have my hand over my eye, and I'm just kind of like looking around and like interacting with things, and it's really not hard.
I mean, I just tried to pick up my glass, and I thought it was way closer than it actually was.
Okay, that's actually pretty tricky. I'm doing that right now, too.
But I mean, if this is all the time, then eventually you get used to it, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
This one doesn't seem too bad to me.
The car thing is just like...
Cars are a problem.
That's the big thing to me.
Yeah.
It's also impossible to catch things. Like,
sports are going to disappear.
Yeah. Or just be very different. Much funnier.
Yeah, they're going to be a lot less of... There's going to be a lot less catching of balls, and whether the sport changes to accommodate that or sports are just funnier is the question.
Like, rugby still works, right? Rugby works pretty well.
Well, rugby is just like, isn't so much a sport, it's just like a mash 'em ups where you just take people and have them hit each other a bunch. And there's a ball involved, but like kind of as a side.
So people get hurt, but people get hurt anyway in rugby, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, how many rugby players have 2 full eyes left anyway? All right. Next question. What if object permanence no longer applied to you? So, for those of you who don't know, object permanence is basically it's actually part of your brain development when you're very young, and it's your understanding that when you don't look at something, it still exists. So, if object permanence doesn't apply to you, if you are not being observed, you would cease to exist until you are, I guess, observed again, or just cease to exist. One of the two.
So, you're trying to stay in someone's sight the entire time.
Yes. So you're going to need people to, like, look at you.
Look at me.
Look at me. And don't blink, please.
Don't all blink at the same time.
Nobody blink at the same time. We have a blinking schedule going. You can blink when the person to your right blinks. So I guess how often does someone blink?
Now I'm very self-conscious about my
blinking.
Now
that I'm thinking about it, like, all the time.
Yeah.
A blink lasts for a tenth of a second, and people blink 15 times a minute, or every 4 seconds.
Every 4 seconds.
So you blink 1/40th of the time.
So if you're like with a group of like 5 people, what are the chances that all of them are going to be blinking at the same time?
So it's going to be 1/40th to the 5th power.
It's pretty small, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, that's
because math is
9.7 times 10 to the minus 9. Well, let's do less than 5. Let's do 3 people. So if you have 3 people, it's a 0.00001 or a 0.001% chance. I guess every second of it's every tenth of a second because that's our unit. So every second it's a 0.0001 chance that you cease to exist if you have 3 people watching you.
So one person watching you is obvious. It's 100% that he's going to blink. 2 people.
In 4 seconds, you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about 2 people?
In 2 people, it's 40 times 40. Oh, that's a much easier way to do it. 40 times 40. So with 2 people, you last 1,600 seconds.
Okay.
And with 3 people, it's 64,000 seconds, which is... not a lot of time. I don't know why I'm doing that.
There's a really easy solution to this problem. You become a Twitch streamer. And you just live stream your entire life.
Do they have like 24/7 streams? Is that allowed?
Probably, but I just realized a problem that's going to result in some terms of service violations. You're going to have to shower.
Oh, yeah.
Also, if the internet ever goes down.
Yes, this is true.
Showering is awkward, I just realized. Because say we're at you need at least
2 people.
5 people.
Oh, yeah, 5.
4 people.
Well, if you have 2 people, you can organize it.
Yeah, I guess you could alternate blinking.
You blink.
Hold on.
But wait, if they're watching each other blink, they can't see that. They can't watch you.
I think you can make it work with the live stream. You have to... Okay, hold on. You need a half-height wall...
that goes across. Giant real-life sensor bar.
Yeah. So you have a half-height wall that goes across where you shower and a place for you to change. And that way you can still be streamed without violating the terms of service while showering.
You have a really intricate, like, camera system in your house that, like...
Exactly, yeah.
I guess it would be motion sensed so that it knows which camera you're in front of, so it automatically switches to that one.
Yeah, and maybe it has, like, overlap and pictures you during the overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, does looking at a picture of you count? I guess is a good question.
Oh, that's a very good question.
A picture or
I don't
a video?
think it applies.
I think a video counts, but I don't think a picture counts.
A video counts. I don't think a picture does.
Yeah. It has to be a live video. It can't be a recorded video.
Right.
Yeah, because if it was just pictures, if it was a picture of you, you could do like a billboard campaign in like New York City, and then just statistically, someone will be looking at a billboard all the time.
Yeah.
Huh, that question was cooler than I thought it was going to be.
All right. Cool.
Hopefully the next one is too. What if every room was an escape room?
So what's the average time spent in an escape room? It's usually
So
like an
escape
hour,
rooms-
right?
Yeah, escape rooms is an hour, and they're designed to be that you solve it pretty close to that hour. I imagine if you get good at them, you probably can get down to like
40
45
minutes.
minutes.
I have an important question about this question. Will the problems you have to solve for a room be constant for that room, or will they change?
Oh, good question.
Oh, so if you go into the same room, will it be the same escape room, or will it be different next time you go in?
Yeah.
Like your kitchen or something.
Exactly, yeah. So, like, do you eventually just, like, become a master of all the rooms in your house, and you can just do them all in, like, a few minutes, since you know exactly what you have to do? But the first time you go somewhere, it gets really complicated.
Right.
I like the idea that's different every time.
Yeah, I do too.
But also, here's the thing, too, I just realized when you talked about work, is that if you're in a room with people, they can help you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So
roommates are helpful.
Roommates are helpful. Specifically, like, in-room roommates, like even like your bedroom, because if you wake up and you can't solve your room puzzle,
It's calling sick.
call in dumb.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Call in dumb,
guy,
yeah.
hey boss, I don't know. There's like some colored string on the wall,
Yeah.
and there's like a pattern,
Well,
and there's 4 numbers.
You're not allowed to call outside an escape room, right?
Oh.
Oh, phone a friend.
I don't think that's allowed.
Oh, this is tricky. Because, yeah, I think you can't... Okay, hold on. I think they ask you not to, but I'm sure you could, like... They wouldn't, like...
Yeah, you can make a phone
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
They don't, like, disable your phone or something.
It's usually against the rules, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I will say you can't call someone to ask for help, but you could call someone just, like, unrelated.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you could call someone and be like, hey, I'm going to be late for work because I can't
Because
solve
I'm dumb.
this
Yeah.
puzzle. Yeah, I
But
can't
don't
solve this
help me
puzzle.
because you're not allowed.
Right. I don't want to get disqualified from life.
I guess if you can't solve it, you're stuck there forever and you would just die. Because if you don't leave the room, the puzzle's not going to change.
Well, is it...
So after an hour, escape rooms let you out even if you fail. So max an hour.
Yeah.
Right. So is that the same case here where it just opens up after an hour?
I would say yeah.
Yeah, it opens up after an hour. But here's still tricky getting to work because I step out of my bedroom and now I'm in my living room. I'm still not out of my apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Actually, you know what? You know what's awesome now? Having a studio apartment. It makes
Yeah,
this
those are
way
gonna
that's
easier.
going to be
Yeah.
open concept bathroom even.
Yeah.
Are studios going to be more expensive now than
Maybe,
Like-
yeah.
2 bedrooms?
And like walk-in closets are bad.
Oh God, yeah.
The real estate market changes a lot.
Warehouses are really the way to go.
Yeah, you want big single rooms with half walls. Half walls are gonna keep coming up today, guys.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, you still got to get up like 2 hours early, and then you might like getting out of work is going to be a group effort. It's going to be a nice team building exercise every day of the day, every day of the year.
I mean, it's not going to affect me that much because I'm a genius. So
What's your best escape room time?
I've actually done 3 and failed all 3 times.
What, really?
Yeah.
I did one. We finished in 43 minutes.
I have actually never done an escape room. Fun fact. Not that fun. Not really a fact. But anyway.
All right, moving on. Before we brag about our escape room exploits, what if we all had tails?
Huh.
What kind of tail?
Yeah.
Like,
There's a lot of kinds of tails.
is it like a gross tail like that? Oh, what was that one movie where the guy has a tail?
That one movie where the guy has a tail? You're gonna have to.
Oh, it was like a comedy or a rom-com.
What?
And the guy, his whole shtick for the whole movie was that like he had like a little nub of a tail.
Oh,
That would-
I know what you're talking about. It was
I
like an
have-
Adam Sandler movie, I think.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And he like wagged it, I remember, in the movie.
What? Wait, hold on.
It wasn't a full tail, it was like a nub. But they called it a tail. And they like showed a close-up of it and it like wagged back and forth.
I'm Googling this right now.
I'm pretty sure it's an Adam Sandler movie.
Or
Or a Rob Schneider movie, one of those.
wait.
What are you Googling? What?
I
What are you
literally.
Googling?
Oh wait, hold on. Shallow How?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Shallow Hal's the one.
Shallow
Shallow Hal's the
That was
one.
it. Jack Black,
What
not
the
Adam Sandler.
fuck? All right, oh god, this fucking movie. I remember seeing stuff about this, but I never actually saw it because it looked
It was a pretty bad movie.
really bad.
Yeah, if this isn't convincing you to watch it, I don't know what will. So he's got a shitty little nubby tail. I think we don't want that.
Yeah, we're talking about a full-on tail.
And can we put like some fur on it? Like I don't want to have a
like a lizard tail,
a rat skin, like a rat skin. Like it would just be gross because it would just be like skin, like a naked mole rat tail.
So are you saying like like
cat tail?
Cat tail? Okay. Well, so I was gonna ask if it was like a, like monkey style prehensile tail that you could like do stuff with.
Oh, can you hang from it?
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
it's
my
like you have
question.
an extra hand.
Is it a useful tail or a? I mean, tails are useful in general for various things, but a like
generally they're for balance, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, let's say it's prehensile. I like that where you can do stuff with
Okay.
it. So you basically have a third hand for your butt.
So your pants are going to be weird.
Yeah. Pants are weird.
I mean, not too bad. They just put a hole in them, like a little
How do you get?
little tail hole.
It's going to be annoying to put on your pants.
Yeah, putting
though, 'cause
on
you have
pants is tricky.
to pull your tail through the hole.
I put my pants on
I
like
don't
everyone
think
else,
so.
one leg and then my tail at a time.
I guess you put in your.
Yeah, both legs at once and then my tail. I don't think it's gonna be that bad because the hole's by the top of the pants, so it's not like you have to like go pretty crazy like to get it done.
I'm sure they put pants on monkeys before. How did they do it with monkeys?
I'm sure they've put pants on monkeys before.
That must have been a thing at some point.
Probably, yeah. There's that video of...
Yeah, there's just like a hole near the top of the back of the pants that the tail goes through. It's not that hard to get there. Actually, it would work if you just take existing pants and turn them around.
Oh, use the fly.
That is true.
Yeah, use the fly.
Oh yeah, if you have like a zipper or a
I'm
button,
looking
that's
for
pretty
a
easy.
video of a monkey with pants.
You're looking for a monkey wearing pants.
Yeah, I found a video that says dancing monkey with pants.
That sounds promising.
That is a monkey.
Have we lost the plot of the thing?
That is a monkey wearing... Oh, yeah, sorry. What if you had not pants. A tail.
Can you use a tail to stretch your back? Like, because it's all spine? Like, if you, like, pull on a tail, does that, like, help decompress your back? Because that would be amazing.
Can you use your tail to scratch your back?
That was what I initially thought you
yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said, and then you continued, and it's like, oh, that's not what he said.
said. Yeah.
Using your tail to scratch your back is the best.
That's probably
The
like the
best.
primary use of your tail.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't think you need to do anything else.
that's about it. And yeah, balance, whatever. I don't know. That'd be cool. But mostly it's the back scratches.
Yeah.
It's real nice.
I can feel it. I can, like, mentally feel it.
By the way, I highly recommend watching this video, Dancing Monkey with Pants on YouTube. It's a monkey in, like, jean shorts that for some reason is, like, finger painting on some dude's back. I don't know. There's a lot going on here.
They over-delivered.
They did. They kind of buried the lead on this one, guys. But, yeah, it's just called Dancing Monkey with Pants. I don't know.
Okay. This one, I think this one's going to be good. Let's take some time and get this one right. How would you make an inconvenience store?
So what's convenient about a convenience store?
I guess it's a good place to start. Yeah. So the nice thing about a convenience store is that they are located nearby. Will be number one. So this place is going to be a tough drive to.
Right.
Tough to drive to.
Yeah.
It has no parking.
It's going to somehow... Yeah, it's going to have something that you need that you could only get there, and you have to drive, like, 40 minutes to get there. Not like an amount that you'll just not go without. Like, just far enough that's annoying. Like 35, 40 minutes. Yeah, like you said, Ben, parking is atrocious.
Yeah.
So how much stuff is it going to have? Because if it has like everything you need, that's a little too convenient. But it needs some stuff that you want to go there.
It has one thing that you don't really... Oh, this is tricky.
It has to have something you need, but only has part of it. And you have to go to like their partner
it sells
store.
only partial products.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it sells partial products. So you buy like a... Shit, the product is the question. What is it selling you?
It can't be anything vital. That's the thing, because then it's the fact they have it all is convenient.
Okay,
I think what it
You
is.
won't need this. You won't need this very often. You don't need this very often, but you kind of need it. You don't need it. And I'm thinking of the graphing calculator you get in high school.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because it's like you need one because they ask you to get one, but like you really don't use it that much, and you have to go to like a special place to get one. And I think that's what the store is. It is the graphing calculator store. So you only need to go here like once or twice.
I think the store is actually a chain, and there's multiple locations, and each location has a different part of that product.
Yes, that's how you do it. So you have to go...
but it can't be too many. I think it's one place has the calculator and one place has the batteries.
Yeah.
That works.
And that'd be like stupid batteries, like those small round batteries, but like these ones that are like squares or triangles or something stupid.
You have to like, it's like for some reason, it's like a weird 3-dimensional shape that you have to like carefully maneuver into the battery compartment.
Yeah. So there is one employee in the store. That's definite.
Cash only.
Cash only. One employee who is the cashier and the sales help. But because they're valuable, all the calculators are behind the lock cabinet.
I was just going to say that, yeah. And the lock cabinet is also at the back of the store.
Yeah, the lock cabinet at the back of the store. There's a whole big store of mostly just empty shelves of like promos for the...
It's like a picture of it.
It's promo boxes for the thing.
Oh yeah, empty boxes.
And like you bring up the box to the register.
Yeah. And they walk
and then
to the...
it's like, oh no, this isn't the product. You need to go get the actual one with the calculator.
It's better. You can't go get it. So you have to take the box up to them, wait in line, and then that one guy has to walk to the other end of the store into the back where they actually keep the calculators. Grab one for you, bring it back to the front, and then sell it to you.
Cash only.
Cash only. And the boxes are weighted.
And then, all right, what else can we do here? I had a thought and I lost it.
Obstacle course. Was that your thought?
The store is an escape room.
Yeah. Everything's motion controlled.
Everything is motion controlled. That's actually very inconvenient.
Okay, so you have to be part of the store club to buy the calculator.
Okay.
So you have to sign up for the store club.
That, but there's like a whole application process.
But the approval is an application process, but the approval doesn't register on the same day. So you have to go and do the application process. And then you have to come back to the store to make the purchase the next day. I have
something that's going to blow this whole thing wide open. There is no cashier. Everything you do, there is a kiosk with voice commands, and that's the only way to do any of it.
No. It's motion controlled kiosk. Let's bring them all in. The screen is in black and white. It's got stupid sound effects. And it floats in water.
It floats in water.
And you're not allowed to be on the same continent as it. This is like getting pretty deep. Okay, so it is a store that you have to go in to one kiosk to get registered. Then you have to come back the next day, and you have to go in the back, get the box, bring it to the kiosk. The kiosk tells you that the product's not in there, and then it has to order the product for you.
Right.
For the store, which takes 3 to
5 business days.
And I think it's more inconvenient if it's like 2 to like 10 business days instead of just being like 10. It's just instead of always 10, it's like 2 to 10. So you don't know.
They're closed on the weekends too, so you have to go during the week.
Yeah, you have to go during the week. It's 9 to 5 business. Yeah, it's like 10 to 4. Like you can't even cut out early or late. You have to like make a trip out.
So they're closed on weekends. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're open from 10 to 1. And then Tuesday, they're open from 7 to 8:15. And then 5:15 to 6:10.
Oh, yeah. So if you go outside of work hours, it's just super packed.
Yes. And it's arbitrarily only open for 55 minutes.
And they close for all non-national holidays.
Yes.
And then you have to do it all again to get the batteries.
Exactly. And you have to provide your receipt for the calculator before you can start the process for the batteries.
Oh yeah, you have to have your receipt, and it has to be within a certain amount of time.
Exactly.
And they don't validate parking unless you go through a whole nother process.
Right. That also takes 2 to 10 business days.
There's a parking validation kiosk that makes you sign up for their newsletter. Oh, that's good. I like this.
That's good.
I hate this store that we created.
I would not go there. It's pretty inconvenient.
I'm already enraged. I am irate right now.
Ben's rage is building. All right, I think that's a good one to end on, guys. I think we have successfully fulfilled our lightning round requirements. If you enjoy the show and you want to hear us go more in depth into some real questions, tune in next week where we do actual prep beforehand, do some research, do a lot of math, and have some crazy solutions to wacky problems. If you want to reach out to us, if you want to say hi, if you want to suggest your own questions, either for the lightning round or for our main episodes, a great way to get in touch with us is go to our Facebook page, Absurd Hypotheticals, where you can drop us a message, send us a comment. We are going to be on there directly interacting with all our fans. You can interact with other fans there.
It's Absurd Hypotheticals, but instead of the C, it's a P.
Yep.
Yeah. because we're pals.
We're pals.
We're pals.
Pals. Otherwise, if you want to get in touch with us for any reason, you can just reach out to us via email, absurdhypotheticals@gmail.com. You can check us out on www.nerdchomp.com/absurdhypotheticals to catch up on any news. You can see other stuff that me and Chris do, like we have a gaming channel. Chris writes books, I make board games. And yeah, we'll see you next week where we answer the following questions.
Do you forget the questions?
What if everything came to life? What if everything came to life when you put a top hat on, Frosty style? And what if everything was claymation? It's our Christmas special.
No, Ben, I have to do it.
Oh.
I have to do it. I am the host. I have to do the questions.
Fine. I got them right here, though.
Where we answer the following questions on our Christmas special. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. What if everything came to life when you put a top hat on it? And what if everything was claymation?